Alrighty, I think I am live. Hello, hello, Zen friends. Welcome to a special Sunday afternoon session where I come back on to finish out everything from this morning session. It's the only time of all my sessions that I do this. So welcome. You'll notice there's no chat in this because I'm not taking any new questions. This is just making up for the questions from the earlier session. And but I'll be back on Thursday. I'm on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday evening, 6 to 9 p.m. And then Saturday and Sunday mornings, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Mountain Time. Then I come back in on Sunday afternoons if I don't finish everything in Sunday mornings, which I usually don't. It's one of my busiest days. So always make sure to try to make at least one day where we're sure you get messages from Spirit. Although I am trying something new where the last 30 minutes of my 3-hour session, if I haven't got to any free readings, I'll go on and do as many as I can in those 30 minutes and then finish up any donations that I didn't finish if there were still more left. So trying something new. I am so grateful for all the patience that you guys have in getting to your readings, all of the love and support, all the thumbs up that you give the channel. It does help spread the Zen love. So I really appreciate that. If you're enjoying the free readings, give me a thumbs up. Lets me know that you guys do enjoy these. What else? What else? Oh, after I finish the session, all of my streams, I do put a pinned comment listing the order of, oh, not really the order, but all the readings I completed with the timestamp. So all you have to do is click on that and it takes you right to your reading. So we'll do that after the end here. I do have 3 individuals. I didn't finish their donations. So Miss K will be up first, and then Brenda, and then Alice, you'll have 4. And then after that, I'll jump into the free readings, which free readings, we got a little something different for you. Normally it's 1 to 2 cards, but we'll talk about that when we get to that. We're going to do things a little different. Get a couple little extra bonuses today because of the lunar eclipse in Pisces today. So we'll do that. I don't know. I think that's everything. If you are looking for a personal reading, I do offer those down below, live and recorded readings. There's a link down below for all that as well, if you're interested. All right. So let us get into it. Let me take a little sip of my tea here. So cheers to everybody. As I almost choke on it. All right. So let's get started. So Miss K, you will be up first. Let's grab your timestamp. And you wanted to know, do we see a time when your Taurus coworker expresses what's on his mind? All right. Well, we'll take a look here, Miss K. Thank you again for your patience in getting to your reading. All right, let's take a look here. And thank you for your multiple donations as well. So based on their current energies, do we have a timing at all on when they would share what's on their mind here? See if there's a processing time for them to finish kind of computing your last conversation, because I feel like it kind of left them a bit trying to figure things out, right? Were they meaning that? Was that about me? Were they wanting me to say something? You're like, hey, are you in there? Are you in there? Bottom of the deck, you do have the Justice card coming in here. Justice card is about a balancing of the mind, balancing of high truths with small t truths. So it does talk about, there's a little bit of, I see a scales going, this is them trying to figure out, wait a minute, is this what you meant? They're seeing things more clearly, but I feel it has to get beyond this. And maybe this lunar eclipse kind of has everybody a bit schizo in our minds, a little bit static, right? But we'll see what else they have here based on current energies. We do have the Hermit. They're in a bit of a be alone mood right now, which is actually pretty, guess what is that? Productive? Because they will give them time to think through things and kind of compute things as well. Got the Knight of Treasure, well, the Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight out of them all. So does take a little bit of time for this to kind of click and figure this out. So it's not a quick turnaround time here. Let's see what else we can get here. We do have the Chariot, which is the power of choice. It is moon energy. Let's see what else came out here with this, because and the sun. Okay, thank you. The moon and the sun. The Chariot is ruled by Cancer, which is ruled by the moon. At first I heard the Virgo new moon solar eclipse, which is 2 weeks from now. I know, right? But I feel like that's when things kind of click. That's when things kind of get grounded and click. It just things move into place where they're like, oh, wait a minute. And I feel like there's movement with the Chariot card. That's a movement card too. And the sun, it's a shiny, bright energy. So that is that clarity that comes in. Didn't you get the sun card too in your first reading? I think you had the Queen of Wands and the sun, and they're like, oh, it's like the light bulb goes ding. They're like, duh, right? Let's see what else we have here too. You got the Four of Treasure, the Four of Pentacles. I think that was in your first reading too, if I remember. I feel like they're bringing that back. And the Six of Pearls. Six of Cups. This is past life energy, but I feel like this is their really understanding the discussion around past relationships that you guys were talking about here, and the solid foundation, the grounding of it. But I feel like they're calmed down. I feel like there's grounding energy, and that makes sense too with Virgo energy being earth energy, which is what that new moon is in 2 weeks, the solar eclipse of the moon. That's why I feel like that's in 2 weeks, because that is what this is coming in here. So it's based on current energy, based on where they're at right now. Of course, things could change, and it could be sooner than that, as this energy changes within the spirit world here. um, and in the moon world that comes in here. Let's see. I'm going to give you another fortune cookie because you were so patient in waiting for your second one. So you can get another free fortune cookie in this one. Let's see what else. What is this? I kind of want to know what will they share. Can you tell us a little bit more about the energy of what they'll share? Let's see if that'll come through here. Look for the divine. They are seeing things from a different perspective, a higher perspective. Feels like a little bit of growth in them not looking at past relationships like they did before. Because in this discussion about past relationships, I feel like something was, because we're very emotionally expanded today, right? With it being a full moon, a water full moon in Pisces of all of them, and then also a lunar eclipse, which just energy, emotions felt very big right now. That I feel like there's some stuff that bubbled from underneath and talking about it kind of triggered some old emotions, some old feelings of things in their past, which they were not. It wasn't happy feelings. So I feel like that also gave it here. Yeah, there's even like, it looks like tears. Look at it's the sun and the moon in the teardrops coming out of the big eye there on either side. So I feel like they're transforming some stuff. Let's see what it says here. The insecure ego looks at life through a dark lens, seeing the worst in people and things and expecting nothing but trouble and danger. Wow. That kind of feels like the energy that they experienced that bubbled up before. This fearful ego distorts your view. I feel like we're talking about him, so I'll replace it with their view. This fearful ego distorts their view and closes their heart and mind to the good things and people the universe is placing in their path. They can avoid this trap by changing the channel from ego to spirit. They can look for the best qualities and aspects of people and things. They can look for divine opportunity in every situation and the best in every person, even if it's highly challenging. They can ask their higher self to show them what they can learn for their soul's growth. They can listen to their vibes and look for the light instead of getting stuck in their ego, expecting the worst. Wow. So I feel like that's what they share with you a bit is about their experiences, and I feel like they open up a bit about the. Uh, if they did today, I feel like they open up more about the crappy experiences they've had, and that it's hard for them to try to see relationships as something that bring good things because of what they've experienced in the past. So I like that. Right. So that's what they have for you, Miss K. And I feel like I'm also going to use these Angel Wisdom Oracle for the free readings here in a minute. But I have these, and so I want to give you an extra one here. Just gratitude for your dual donations and your whoa um, again patience and getting to your second reading here. And your first one, really, too, right? All right, so what else from Miss K? All right, here we go. You got angel wisdom, you got confidence. What a beautiful card. Which says, when I set my mind on something, I won't stop until I reach it. That's that Queen of Wands we talked about, that first reading, right? If you lack confidence in making a decision, the angels send you positive energies to boost your confidence levels. They let you know that support and encouragement are available to you as you continue to strive toward fulfilling your higher purpose. Wow, I love that. Boost of confidence from Spirit. All righty. Well, that's what they have for you, Miss Kay. So thank you again, my dear. Have a great rest of your evening and weekend and enjoy the rest of this moon. All right. Many blessings. Right, Brenda Tejada, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp. Thank you for your patience. Getting to your second reading here. You want to know what's coming between Davon and you today and this week? What changes are coming between both with the moon? All right, let's take a look here. So what's coming for you guys today? Thank you. And this week. Okay, pick up this one. I do want this one. I do want this one. Oh, and I want this one too. Okay. Pardon me. And then what changes for the moon? And this one here. Any of these? No, but this one here. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. Yeah, you got the Knight of Cups on the bottom. There is movement in the emotion and love area here with the Knight of Cups. So there definitely is something a changing. We'll see what that change is with all the cards here. What's coming for you guys today? You do have the Two of Cups, Two of Pearls. So there is this, relationship type of energy that's drawing you guys together here. It feels very emotional interaction. It feels like a heart is shared between each of you guys here with that. So, in the energy, of course, be very aware of where your focus of your emotional energy is on the day of this moon, because it is very expansive. Whatever, it's like having a microphone with the volume sensitivity turned way up. If you just whisper, it's loud, right? So if you it's like really, really, really loud. So whatever you're feeling gets felt big, and the energy just goes out. Be aware too with your empathic abilities, of course, to put up a stronger bubble so you're not taking in everyone else's emotions and allowing it to influence yours to where you are reactive to those energies, and in a way that you don't want to be reactive to it. For the week coming up, you got two cards and then two underneath it. You do have the Nine of Spears. This is the Nine of Swords, along with the Page of Pearls, the Page of Cups. There is a little bit of fear expressed here with the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords is the nightmare and insomnia card, which is all about our expectations and the fears of not living up to expectations. But with this Page of Cups, that's about Page of Pearls is taking love to a new level and the fear of it going to a new level because of the expectations that could be attached to it. Right? Humans, it starts out where we have no expectations. We think people are wonderful. Dating them, expectations, what we expect from someone we're dating. Start exclusively dating, or even more expectations. And then, getting engaged, even more. Married, expectations off the chart, which start to suck the life out of a relationship, right? Well, this is the fear I feel like there is about, I don't know if I want to go into this. And even if you don't have expectations, they have them already pre-programmed in their head from growing up, all these opinions that they think you have, whether you have them or not. So this fear that is there, and it could be with you as well. You have your own set if they're activated. Maybe you've whittled yours down, but there's still some there, like, well, if I'm exclusively dating someone, I don't want them to talk bad about me behind my back. I don't want them flirting with anyone else. I don't want them, of course, having anything with anyone else in a romantic sense. I want it to be exclusive. We have all our rules, but it's questioning those rules. And there is this fear and this about wanting things to go to a new level that could be holding stuff back. The two cards of the energy underneath, yeah, we have the High Priestess. There's a little bit of alone time with her. She steps back from all the chaos, from whatever's going on, to see things, goes into her High Priestess temple to see things from that higher perspective, consults spirit, looks behind the veil, what's really going on, how am I really feeling, doing a lot of self-reflection work, like with moon energy going in there. And there's also, yeah, the Two of Spears. So some decision making going on, the battle between the head and the heart, the head with all its expectations, the heart wanting this, the mind going, no, we need this and this and this first. Really working out where all these expectations are, and some challenges that are coming up that are causing, especially them, to question, what am I brave enough to go into? What do I feel like I have the energy and the ability and the capacity to do in a relationship? And do I want to take it more? So we shall see what unfolds with that. Now, let's see here what's changing with the moon here. You got two cards, and then so you got two cards, and two cards that are kind of like a plus sign, and then one on the bottom. So two on the top. You've got the not act, Ace of Treasure, Page of Pentacles, that's positive, positive energy. And the Three of Treasure, Three of Pentacles. There's this opportunity here to be true to one's authentic self and the feeling of abundance and creativity. So I do feel like there is a change of energy. Instead of it being so mental and and strict, this is more of a flowing creativity kind of energy that comes in with that here. So I like this because it feels more free, more flowing. Like instead of trying to do a math problem, you're getting to doodle, draw whatever you want. There's no wrong answer. There's just creativity. Whereas math, there's either right or wrong answer. There's black or white. This feels more colored energy. So I like that. What else? The plus sign here, you have the Five of Coral, the Five of Wands. Oh, and the Lover's card. Well, there you go. So there is this transformation of the energy in the relationship that takes it from a lower vibration to a higher vibration. So this moon energy feels transformative. But I do feel like it was here that were stones. It's almost like, how we have pummel stones that we take rock and put like rock in with it, and it turns it into smooth stone. Well, this feels like pummel stones, and it feels like this energy of the moon just, it brings things up so they can go out, but it can't just go out this way. It has to come in and then out. So I feel like there is a bit of passionate, fiery energy that comes up. So you might have a little bit of conflict, but through the conflict, it helps you move forward. It helps you both of you break anchors and chains to move forward. So I like this energy. Yeah, and the Ace of Coral, Ace of Wands, is an energy here of, I would say, like a new spark of passion, a new excitement. You know how when you meet someone and it's all exciting beginning and then you get used to each other, right? This feels like getting to know someone in a brand new, passionate way. It's like the energy between you guys is magnified, reignited in a different way. And I like that for you. So that's what they have. Let's grab you another fortune cookie here, just in appreciation. I also want to get you a angel card too. So thank you so much for your patience in getting to your reading here. All right, so for the fortune cookie, you got the trust your vibes. Let's see what else they have here for you regarding the progression and movement of your relationship. I'm getting low on the cards here. There we go. And yeah, live and learn. The Ace of Cups too. The butterflies. Here's the two butterflies. You guys are growing together. Yeah, and they even have that heartbreak in the middle. But you can also look at it as, um, yeah, because you have the two caterpillars down here and the butterflies. I feel like you guys reflecting a lot on what you both have learned through your past relationships. Feels kind of energy here too. Says it's time to bring closure to what has transpired before so you can advance toward a more enriching and satisfying new era. Wow. Do whatever personal inner work you need to accept. I'm sorry, let me read that again. Do whatever personal inner work you need to accept your disappointments, avoid repeating mistakes, and take responsibility for what belongs to you so you can heal from the hurt that you've suffered. Don't waste time on regret. You needed every experience you've gone through for your soul's growth and development. Ask the universe to help you heal from the emotional pain of the past and hold on to the gifts of clarity, insight, and self love they offer you. Use these gifts to create a more beautiful life today. Wow. How perfect is that? All right. And then I also want to give you one of these Angel Wisdom Oracle as a bonus. So, what else for Brenda? Here we go. And you've got, yeah, there you go, forgiveness. I like the definition of forgiveness of choosing to no longer be a vessel of pain because of someone else's actions or non-actions, words or silence, so that I can pour all that pain out, become a vessel of love instead. Says the door to my heart opens inward. I move through forgiveness to love. The angels want you to remember that self-forgiveness doesn't happen overnight. You need to approach it exactly as you would approach forgiving someone else, with a lack of ego, a compassionate heart, and a patient and persevering mind. Wow, beautiful. So I love that for you, Brenda. Brenda, that's what they have for you, my dear. Thank you again for your dual donations today. Enjoy the rest of your evening. All right, Alice. You are up for times 4. So thank you so much. Sorry that I missed you last night. It was a shorter session too. I was like, well, everyone must be off doing moon rituals. So I'm so sorry I missed you. Thank you again for your patience in getting to that reading from last night and then the 3 from today as well. I'll give you 2 fortune cookies as well, because you would have gotten one last night. So you get 2. Maybe even, let me see, how many do I have left? Oh no, I have 5 cards, so you'll get 2. All right. So, Alice, thank you again for all your donations. So, number one is, what do I need to do to improve my casing for my case interviews? Oh, okay. Take a sip here. All right. Sorry. So, let's see what we got here. So, what is their advice? What can you do to improve your casing for your case interviews? So, what from Spirit standpoint here? The advice. We got those. This one. Whoa. This one. Okay, 2 and 2. And of course, the bottom of the deck here. You do have two energies. You have two knights, which are action cards, one of emotion, one of passion, or action. Can be also, it doesn't have to be passion, it's action, passion, intention energy. And we'll look at these other two sets of cards here. Maybe one is about emotion, one is about the action and passionate energy. It's like approaching from a empathetic point of view with this case review. It's like and if this involves interacting with someone while you're interviewing an individual, or if it's just you reviewing cases without interaction, either way, it's about empathic abilities, having heart with it, approaching it from a compassionate standpoint, not from a place of judgment, of course, a place of um, what were people feeling, understanding what people are, that people go through things, and that people make the best decisions. We all do the best we can in every moment with the knowledge we have, the energy we have, and our environmental surroundings. Sometimes those decisions from other people who are not in that same mindset, not in that same energy, not in that same environment, we look at it and go, that was stupid. But if we were in their shoes, we would have been, well, this is the best that we could have done as well, right? So I feel like there's an importance here of that, and I feel like that is the first energy of the Knight of Cups is approach it with empathy, realizing get out of my judgment kind of hat and being an empathic hat of I'm trying to put myself in their shoes as I'm going through this. It's going to give me a different approach, a different perspective. Doesn't mean it has to change my overall decision making, but it could give me different perspectives and different understanding as well. Let's see what the two cards that came with that here is. Yeah, the Devil card, which is long held thoughts and beliefs and mindsets, and the King of Spears, the King of Swords, getting stuck in our minds. So both of these, Capricorn, overthinking energy, the King of Swords, who not only rules over air, but gets a second. All kings get a second portion of air. So a lot of air energy. So we can get so much in our mind. It's like when we were in customer service. They taught us a lot because they usually hired people who were controlling, very go-getters, but that made it difficult dealing with customers because we were trying to solve problems, not validate emotions or see where people were coming from. It's like, oh, I know the answer. Do 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 do. And I learned it especially on the escalated call line as I coached it and managed some of those, where if you didn't validate emotions, then the problem still continues to happen. And if you aren't, especially if you're dealing with a human, if you're not open to them and validating their feelings, by I can see where you're, wow, yeah, I'm sorry that you've gone through that. I see where you're coming from because da 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 da, like, and it's not just saying, I I I get where you're coming from. I understand where you're coming from. It's a blanket statement that people hear all the time. Like, no, you don't. But like the example they gave, I worked in automobile insurance for a long time, and I was actually in commercial lines at the time. And this guy escalated from a regular rep to one of my escalation call reps to my coach, and then to me. So they went through all these people to get to me. And they were just yelling, and what can you do for me besides nothing? And I'm like, I'm so sorry. I understand, how important this is to you. I go, my dad owned his own business. I know this is your livelihood. This isn't just a job. And he was like, finally, someone who gets me, and it was like, because if you tell someone something and you understand where they're coming from and you share how you understand where they're coming from, they're like, all right. So you can kind of put yourself in my shoes. So I feel like that's a big piece is we can get so stuck in here that we forget to trust our intuition, see things from a heart as well. So I feel like that's number one. Number two, with this action energy, it's fast moving. But don't get caught up in too many things. Let's see what this energy underneath here is. This will help us. The Emperor. Yeah, uh it's Aries energy. It's power of choice energy, which is so that. And then the Seven of Wands too. This is very much don't doubt yourself. When you doubt yourself on how you're moving through things and doing things, then that, sends you in a kind of a downward spiral, especially if it's acting with people. It's not about being confident and not being flexible, but this is being, you know, evaluate what you want. And when you come to with your case study, when you come to a conclusion, having done the due diligence, if you're like, I believe this is what it is, then go forward with that, move on it. Because even when you start to move on it, you'll start to get new energies, you'll start to get new perspectives of things. Because sometimes it just takes action, stepping towards something for your gut to activate. There's different types of people there's people that before they do anything, they get this information, right? Excuse me. But there's also this, I'm this way. It's like, I think it's some sort of numerology or something I did, but it told me, and I'm like, that is me. Cause like, I'll have two choices and I'll be like, I don't know what I want to do. And all it takes me is to start to move towards one for me to get affirmation, yes, or nope, going to go this way instead. Um, and I feel like that is something to be aware of with yours is just start to move towards something and trust your gut. And if it goes bloop, 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 spidey sense goes off like, yeah, no, that's not what I want to do. Oh, okay, this feels right. Trust that and go with that. So I like that for you. Let's see what else we have here for your fortune cookie. This would have been for last night. So we'll do this one. Okay. All right. Nope, I don't know which one it is here. Let's see here. So they said number 5, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. Yeah, protect your spirit. Womb, 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 womb. Put up your shields. I like that. Card number 9. And I like this. It's kind of pretty interesting. It says, protect your spirit by surrounding yourself with uplifting and positive people, and do not waste time with those who had nothing beneficial to your life. So apply this towards your case interviews, right? Don't waste your time with information that's not beneficial. And that's part of that. Move beyond it. Don't get caught up in details that don't matter. Study the energy around you and identify sources of negative energy, where it comes from and why. Start by asking if the negative energy is coming from you. Are you feeling angry, upset, resentful, jealous, or insecure? Are you overgiving? Doing too much and feeling unhappy about it? If the answer is yes, recenter in your spirit and take time to care for yourself instead of focusing on others or expecting them to notice your feelings or help you. Clear your negative energy with genuine self-love. And that I feel like that's part of that um, Wands energy we're getting. It's realizing the energy, and even if you're like, what helps them in my case study, if I feel stuck or if I feel energy, take deep breaths, do some sort of cleansing, do some sort of release so that you can come back from a place of calm instead of a place of anxiety. Because if we're anxious, then we're not going to see things clearly. We're not going to be using our intelligent brain. We're going to be using our 2-year-old reactive brain. So, whatever the case, if we feel the energy, our energy just take time to ground ourselves, right? If you sense negative energy coming from someone else, step away. Do not absorb this negative energy and feel responsible for it. Stand up for yourself by setting clear boundaries. Avoid being judgmental of others as well, for this will only amplify the negativity. We talked about that in the first with the cups, right? Just be clear on what you will and won't accept. Alternatively, put distance between you and the source of negative energy. Your left and right feet are your best protectors right now. Walk away. Use them. Walk away from what isn't good for you. Ask for divine protection, but remember, God helps those who help themselves. Love yourself unconditionally and do not deny or stay in negative energy for any reason. Well, I like that. So, one of the big things you can do to improve your case is to try to stay out of the negativity. Don't get drawn into reactive energy or fight or flight energy, but grounding and staying calm will be helpful as well. Right? So, that's what they have for number one. So, thank you again for your multiple donations. We will go on to number two. And for this, you want advice for the calculation approach, conceptualization. Wow, part of the math portion of the case interview. Okay. So if this is some sort of like test that you're taking and stuff, you can apply all that still to anything, because it is about, of course, the calmness is very important in anything that we do, because if I'm not calm in it, then I'm out of my mind. And no matter what I've studied and what I've done and what knowledge I have, a 2-year-old is in charge with its pet hissing cat, and that's the result you're going to get. So hopefully that makes sense. All right. So, advice on the calculation approach, part of the math portion. The maths portion. Like my maths. I'm good at my maths. All right. Bottom underlying energy, you do have the Chariot coming in. Chariot is power of choice energy, realizing, and I feel like that's an important piece of it. I'm hearing, we have a choice of what story we put to anything, emotion we feel around anything, energy we put towards something, which expands whatever we're focusing on, and our physical choices. And I feel like there's this belief about, I'm not good at math, or math is always a challenge. That's an old story. And you can change that story by going, you know what? I am grateful that I'm grateful for my ability around math. I can do math, and I'm grateful that my math abilities are exponentially expanding, and creator spirit, my spiritual posse, help me expand that side of my brain, and make me a human calculator. No. But I feel like there is that, because in that choice we're focusing on gratitude, we're raising our vibration. Again, it's very important. whenever I'm doing anything to do with the mind, especially, remaining calm and confident is important, because if I am scared and have fear, then I'm going to be out of my mind again, right? You're going to be doing 2-year-old math, not heightened math. And that won't help you doing 2-year-old math in these calculations, right? So I feel like that's underlying energy. What else? You got 3 cards and then 2 underneath. 8 of Spears. Yeah, this is the 8 of Swords, which is about letting go of limiting thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that make you feel blinded and bound and trapped and restricted and small. So that would be a message if I have inner thoughts and beliefs of math. Have never been good at math, or math is a challenge, or these tests are hard. I've heard this, I've heard that. It's like those are all stories, and that's great. The universe is very supportive in whatever we focus on. If I'm like, um, I'm going to suck at this test, universe is like, okay, sounds good. And if you're like, I'm going to ace this test, like, oh, awesome, sounds good. They'll help that happen, and they'll help the other happen. They're like supportive unconditionally of whatever we're saying we want, right? It's like if in life we have a choice between a cupcake and a plum. Plums are sour, right? I think so. So it's like, do I want something sour or something sweet? Spirit's like, whatever you like. Neither's right, neither's wrong. There's just different taste to it. And they look at every situation in life too. It's not right or wrong, good or better, better or worse, whatever. It's just different choices with different outcomes and different experiences. You get to choose, right? Well, the 8 of Spears is that, I get to choose what something means. And so I'm letting go of old ways of thinking because I'm implementing new ways of thinking. You have the 5 of Coral, the 5 of Wands. There is this energy here. I like this. These all look like hands that are, hey, like ask questions. I like this. If you have questions, ask questions. Um, if clarity can be asked, don't be afraid to ask questions in any type of learning and knowledge. Um, don't worry about groups either. The 5 of Wands can be a group of people. Don't worry. A lot of our fears come in. I'm like, what will people think if I don't do well in this, or if I don't do this right? And so there is this change of energy with the change of number of 5. Change your energy from lower vibration to higher vibration. Again, we move from fear to the uh, gratitude and joy and laughter and play, lightness. Why are we being so serious? Why we think, this is the end of the world if I don't do well? It's like, no, I'm just going to learn and grow. I'm always doing the best I can, energy. You also have the 2 of Pearls. Yeah. The 2 of Cups. This comes back to like the Chariot here, especially, is I get to choose how I feel about anything. I choose my emotions. Things don't make me feel a certain way. People don't make me feel a certain way. Situations don't make me feel a certain way. The outside world is meaningless. It has no meaning until it gets in here and in here. We decide what story. We decide what emotion. Um, until then, it just is. It's neutral. We're the ones that take it in different directions. But you have a choice, and you have the power of how you feel about anything, and that is what determines everything. That our emotional state will uh, determine, am I going to be in my right mind or in my out of my mind? So, and then 2 cards underneath the surface here. You do have the 9 of Pearls, 9 of Cups, with the 10 of Treasure, 10 of Pentacles. So underneath, just realize that everything is unfolding for you. Everything is a step towards your dream come true. And that includes having challenges and things that help us grow. That's how we grow as humans. But beautiful underlying energy of living the dream, having a full life kind of energy underneath the surface. And when we don't fear failure, and we embrace gratitude for being able to live our dreams, then we're able to fully access our being, our our mind, our full human mind, everything we've studied, we have access to, and we also have access to spirit. When we're in fear, it's too noisy, we can't hear. When I'm calm, I can ask spirit too, hey, uh, tell me more about this in this case, or this math, right? So, how do I do this? And they'll remember, boop, boop, boop. Oh, that's right. They'll help you bring back the memory of what you've studied and help you. So you have that ability. All right. I feel like we'll wait on your other fortune cookie for feel like your fourth one, because that's a different subject. So we'll get a different purview of that. And that's where I'll give you your angel wisdom as well. So for 2 and 3, we'll just keep it tarot. Sound good? Yes? Okay, good. I am telling you, I'm answering for you. Okay. So number 3 is you want advice and messages of encouragement from your angels to help with your confidence during the case interview. All right. It's like a combination of both readings. A lot of the cards that came through about trust your confidence, trust yourself, remain calm, ask them for help. They'll help you with all that as well. So I love all that adds in here. So what else? Okay. These here. And this one here too. Okay. Yeah. I had a feeling you were going to get the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands is normally someone up on a horse and everyone else around him cheering him on. Well, this is the 6 of Wands. This is you as the victor, and here's all your spiritual posse back here, um, cheering for you, cheering you on. And the whole thing is with them is they don't see life as um, you know, good or bad, success or failure, whatever. They look at as adventures. And so they're excited to be along on all the adventures, and they of course love you so much and support you so much. They're like, it don't matter whatever the outcome, it's just an outcome. That doesn't change your worth. Your worth always stays the same. You are priceless. From the pinpoint, I guess it's a pinpoint, but from the standpoint or the perception or the opinion of the upper world, we're perfect. There's nothing we need to do differently. Nothing, and they love us unconditionally. Nothing we have to do to earn it. Nothing that we can do to lose it. They just see us as they have no expectations on us, so we meet 100% of their expectations because there's 0 of them. So easy breezy. We're just perfect, beautiful beings on these adventures. But we get all serious as humans about this means something about me. This means something about me. This means something about me. They're like, no, it don't. What if I fail this test? It's an opinion of how someone feels you do about some knowledge. Check in on your knowledge. And if you don't do well, that means you just have an opportunity to learn more. What if I do? What if I mess up on this case study? What if I do this? What if I do that? What if? And they're like, yeah, what if? It doesn't change anything about your worth. All these opinions of these human characters that don't see the world as it is, that see the world through their own eyes. They're wearing Google glasses that are playing a movie inside of them, and they don't even see you and what's going on. They just have their own movies playing in their mind, and they're judging the entire world based on that. And you're like, but that's not what's going on with me. It don't matter with humans. They just are like, oh my God, you're doing this and this. And they're like, no, I'm not. Where are you coming from? Um, and that's the opinions of people we care about. you know, we're like, but it's not accurate. That's right. So why put any emphasis or importance on other people's opinions, right? I like that. But you are very well supported and celebrated with that 6 of Wands. What else? Yeah, the 7 of Pearls. We come down here to experience all sorts of emotions, and there is no wrong emotion. So, um, It's all experience. There's no right or wrong. I feel like it's important for you to know. You got the Devil card, Capricorn, Saturn energy. It is the shaking and the rattling of the cage. There's this freedom that comes in when we're forced to face our fears, to face these expectations, this long list of supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be. And, whatever happens in our experiences, because we have all these expectations, right? I'm supposed to do this on this case review. And when reality shows something different, of course, if you do better than you expected, woohoo, right? If you don't do as expected, what happens? Does your expectation change reality? Nope, it don't. But, it's like Byron Katie says, when our expectations battle reality, our expectations lose, but only 100% of the time. Because reality shows us. I like how she says, do you know how you know that something was supposed to happen? No, how? Because it happened. And it's like, what? Wait, say that again? She's like, well, that's how you know. If something different was supposed to happen, it would have. So you know that what happened was supposed to happen because it did. And so why fight it? Why judge ourselves over it? We can be free from it. But that's what the Devil card is bringing in. It's allowing you to face your fears and understand, how am I defining myself by the outside world? Because that's all fickle and unstable. And we're taught to define ourselves by that. But turn inward and upward and find the only stable thing in this world, in this realm, which is the eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms. Define yourself by that, not by the hoopla of the outside world. You also have the Three of Coral, Three of Wands. You have the right to change your mind. Underneath that, you also have the Eight of Coral. A lot of messages from spirit, a lot of flow of energy too. But the Three of Wands is, we make plans and then we get new information and then we make other plans. And it's all about adventure, not about, we must follow this path. There is no deviation. That's my German impression. They're very, my heritage, a lot of my heritage is German. German and Russian and Polish and Scottish and other stuff. But my last name is German. Oriented. So that's why I go to the German. We will make sure it must be this. It's like, no, life is an adventure, not a obstacle course to get through in perfect timing, right? No, it's an adventure. Let it be an adventure instead of what is it? Well, it is like an obstacle course. You know how like they have the military or dogs go through obstacle courses, and they have them run through the little tunnels and leap over stuff, and it's all timed and accuracy and counting off. It's all about who's going to win. Everyone's a winner. It's an adventure. There's no right, person that's going to get first place or last place. We all come in first place. We all get participation ribbons. That's funny. And the Hangman. Life is all about transformation and change. The Hangman is about, from the caterpillar to the butterfly, understanding that life is all about transformation and transition and change. That's the one thing. This world is ever changing and always, nothing is permanent in the outside world. That's why when we go inward and upward, we find the eternal unconditional love instead of the temporary, conditional, ever fickle love and things of the outside world, right? So coming into here can really help as well. So like that is what they have for that. Hopefully that helps get some perspectives on what matters in life, right? When in doubt, I go sit on the moon. And what I mean by that is like I'll meditate and just imagine myself out, and I go sit on the moon, look down at the earth and look out at the universe, and everything that's down here really shrinks and becomes small. So I like that. All right, so that's what they have for that one, my dear. And then for your final one, advice that your spirit and angel guides have for moving on from your former love interests, especially the two most recent ones. Oh, we read for, right? Yeah. Psst, psst, All right. Let's see what advice they have here about moving on up. That's a good shuffle here. I feel like we want one more. All right, there we go. Take a quick sip of tea. Cheers to you. All right. So advice on moving on from the old pile of turds. How can you leave them behind? I know they're so tempting to still stay around. I know the heart, sometimes the heart has no taste, right? It's like, I don't care if it tastes bad, I still want it. It's like, oh, no, 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 there's something much better for you somewhere else. It's like, I don't believe you. I want it now. I see it. Let's see here. All right. So that's what we have there. So let's see what we got here. And we'll give you a fortune cookie and then also an angel wisdom card. All right. So Alice, you got at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Hierophant here. And the Hierophant is, it's like our higher self having us step back and see things from a higher perspective, to see the truth of things. And that just, it's kind of like the Justice card. And then they start showing us, because it's the Ace of Swords, the Ace of Wisdom, of higher wisdom. It allows us to understand. If I can understand human behavior, I can understand their behavior, I can understand my behavior, and then I can see things differently and make different choices, right? My story changes. And that's kind of what the Hierophant is, a teacher energy. It's spirit showing us. One of the things that I did is, well, I journaled through my relationships. Well, I would journal before and after my relationships, because I would journal before about enjoying being single and being a hermit. And I love my relationship with Creator when I'm single and this is going great. And all of a sudden it's, oh my God, I found the love of my life and I'm so happy. And blah, blah, and my journaling stops. Like my first one was 3 years, went for 3 years. And then all of a sudden, oh, this didn't go well and this happened and blah, 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 right? All the pain, all the suffering, the hatred, the anger, journaling, all this stuff, right? Then my relationship with the Creator, I'm so happy, blah, blah, da, 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 da. I found love and blah, blah, blah. Silence for a year. It was like I went 3 years, 1 year, 3 years, 1 year, single for 3 years. And it was during when I was single for 3 years that I looked back and noticed my patterns of, why do I keep picking the same type of individuals that are showing me these things? And that's where the higher wisdom comes in. When we reflect on, what did I learn through these? When I step back, what did I see about my behavior? What was going on inside of me in response and reaction to things? It's like we kind of step out of the heart and out of the mind, and we become an observer, and we step out of being amidst it, and we're able to see things differently. It's like we're in a train going through, watching it from the train car, not out experiencing it, and we're able to gain more of a perspective of, what did I want to learn through this? What gift was in this for me? Like I realized relationship number one, I was all work, and if there's time left over, play. They were all play if there's time left over, work. And we brought each other toward the middle. So I learned that everything doesn't have to be done before I can have enjoyment. The dishes can stay in the sink till later. I'm going to go do this first. Oh no, before it was like, let's just do the dishes and then we can go. Well, the movie starts in 15 minutes. We can just make it. If we leave now, well, dishes need to be done. We can go in 2 hours. Then after when the next one starts, see how it just does that, right? Number two. What was number two? Oh, number two was move out of state for someone one time. Give up your life, leave your job, leave your friends, leave everything behind, go move with someone, and then um, realize that it was a stupid idea. Don't move for out of state for someone. Move out of state for you. That was good. It was like a good learning experience. Choose you. Don't give yourself away, is what I learned. Number three, oh, yeah, they taught me about manipulation, that I used manipulation. Like we're all taught, right? There's we act sad to get our way. If that doesn't work, then we act angry. If that doesn't get our way, then we um, reject. And if that doesn't work, then we go back to number one and our sorrow and cry about that my rejection didn't work. Why didn't you call me back when I hung up on you? Why didn't you chase after me when I walked out of the room? They were like, um, they brought it to my attention. I didn't realize that it's been passed down from generation to generation. We all do it. You can realize people act sad to get their way. If that doesn't work, then they act angry. If that doesn't get their way, then they, what we all fear, reject to get their way. And if you don't respond to any of it, they get upset about you not responding to the manipulation or the rejection. But it was great learning experiences, right? Um, so, but you learn through each one, and you realize, what am I learning about myself? It takes you out of that and into a different place. Wow, we went deep into that. Okay, that's the bottom of the deck. You have 3 cards and then 2 underneath. You've got the 10 of Pentacles. Yeah, is a partnership here. Oh, look, here's expectations. We got a little, oh, did you get away? Little gnat. Gnats are my spirit animals for expectations. Whenever a gnat comes around, like, gnats are not supposed to be in the house. That's an expectation. Well, obviously they are, or they wouldn't be here. Gnats have been around, have been in our homes for years, especially when we used to live outside. And then when we had such secure enclosed homes, obviously there's still ways for them to get in. But this is expectations around 10 of Pentacles, which is partnerships. And when we start to understand, our disappointments and our attachments come from our expectations, all these stories about what a relationship is supposed to mean about us, who we're supposed to be in a relationship, that we're supposed to have relationships, and getting to that and going, what importance and what stories do I have attached to relationships? And, a big part of it, of course, is that I am incomplete until I have someone who loves me. And we're right. We do feel incomplete till we find the person to love us, which is ourselves, right? But this is the whole thing. The whole construct that we have around what a relationship is supposed to be is all made up by humans. It's not true. It's been made up and added on and edited, and from generation to generation. It's none of it is real. It's just opinion. When we realize that, that helps us free ourselves. That's what relationship number 4 taught me, because we were in an open relationship for, it was only 9 months, like a year, because we had both just came out of long-term relationships, and we're like, we don't want to like get into a relationship, so we just kind of would hang out. And I learned through that I met a bunch of different people through them that had different type of relationships, all different kinds, that I had never like, what? Because I thought this is what a relationship is. And well, no, these people are this way. These people do this and these people do that. And I'm like, this is weird. Isn't it supposed to be this? Supposed to be. That's a word that ignites my awareness of expectations. Supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be, ought to be. All that is opinion, expectation. It's like, no, it's not. Who says? Who says it's supposed to be that way? Well, God does in the book. It's like, no, that's man. If there's anything restriction and defining that it has to be, that's human. God, creator, the spirit world is all about expansion, not limitation and constriction. So we know anything that's constrictions of man, right? And so when we realize that, we can set ourselves free, and that helps us let go of our attachment to the definition we have of our experiences with these people. And when we realize that it's not them that made us feel this way inside, like the love we felt, it's sure being around and the way they treated us and everything allowed us to feel a certain way about ourselves. And that's what we were feeling. But we don't need another person to feel that. We can generate that within our own self. It's not the person that made us feel that way. It's us choosing to feel that way on the inside because it was easier to choose that when this person was treating me a certain way. Well, I can treat myself that way. Amazing, right? Ooh, that went really deep. Whoa, where are we going? It must be this eclipse energy. Page of Pearls, Page of Cups, the higher love. Sorry, my cough drop got caught back my cheek. Okay. Um, this is the journey of what we're looking for is really our self-love. When we realize that every relationship you have is a reflection of our self-love, so that also helps us, like with the Hierophant, step out of that this is about us. No, this is about the reflection of me. The things I loved about our relationship, I can find in me, inward and upward. Go, yeah, I love myself like that. The things that challenged, the things that are lower vibration are a reflection somewhere here. How I felt about them is some way how I feel about myself. And how I think they felt about me is some way how I feel about myself too. So, I think we talked about like when 3 out of my 5 relationships went outside the relationship. Cheating is what the ego says it is, but the just not betraying the trust or not living up to the agreement, I was also cheating on myself. Look, there it goes. Oh, I'm sorry. May it rest in peace, little gnat. It's been traveling in here for 2 days, so I'm sorry. It had a good life. Put an end to the expectations. There you go. But it is this we realize if I was saying no, but so bring me back, spirit. We were talking about self-love and that's the love that we're looking for, and anything in the outside world will not fill us up. It'll just show us more about who we are and what we're experiencing. um, and yeah, the cheating on myself was I was looking for my worth outside of me, where my worth comes from self-worth, not from there. But I was defining myself out here, so I was cheating on myself with them. That was the mirror that was showing me about myself, right? I think I shared too, like number 5, what I learned from them, since I told you the other 4. Number 5 was um, trying to fit me in between the important things. They were working 2 jobs and we're in theater and this and that, and they had all this stuff going on where it was difficult to find a period of time when I wasn't working to be able to sit down and have dinner or even talk a little bit. It wasn't that way in the beginning, but after 3 months something happened in their life where all this was disarrayed, and this was more toward the end of it too, toward the end of the year that we were together, and I was like, I don't like feeling like they're trying to fit me in between the important things. And they were stressed out trying to fit me into their life too. And then I realized the mirror. How was I trying to fit myself in between the important things of life? Not putting myself first and trying to make myself fit everywhere. So a lot we can learn from that. And doing this helps us step out of that's how we can learn to kind of move forward, is to realize the relationships for what they were, right? Yeah. The death that comes before the rebirth, the death and rebirth card. That these ended on purpose for a purpose to show us things about ourselves, right? That they need to end so that we can move forward into a beginning. Otherwise, we're just going to keep looping. Because, as with my 5 relationships, a lot of what I felt was about disrespect. I felt very disrespected through my relationships because I wasn't respecting myself. So the cycles continue to cycle. The lesson is repeated until it is learned. Or, as I said, our teachers, my amazing teachers, I love them all. I have no angst against any of them now. I see them as my teachers that showed me what I wanted to see about myself. They all repeatedly showed me what I wanted to see about myself until I saw it. And wow, right? So I love that. Energy underneath, you do have the Hermit. Time for some alone time for reflection. See, they're even reflecting on your life. So reflecting on your life, and the 6 of Cups. Yeah. There's a lot of past life energy. We just had 1-11-11 on the time right now too. So it's all about exploring, realizing we have multiple lifetimes for multiple adventures to understand more about ourselves and to explore the different emotions and experiences that we can have as human. And there's not right or wrong. There's just different choices with different outcomes. And when we let go of our judgments, those harsh judgments that we have on ourselves and others, because by golly, if we're going to have some rules on us, we're going to make sure everyone else has rules too, right? But when we release ourselves, we release everyone else, and we can just. So I like that. That's what your fortune cookie brings in too. Listen to your heart. Yeah, it's time to listen to our hearts. Card number 10, endings and beginnings energy. Let's see what it says here. You can tune in and focus on life on 2 channels. The first is that of your limited ego, the voice in your head, expectations, right? This channel gives you a biased, inaccurate, and often threatening, fear-inducing view of the world around you. Well, that's such a great description. The second channel is centered in your heart. This is the voice of your higher self and spirit. This channel is that of your true divine nature, connected to the universal support and guidance, and offers reliable, clear direction on how to best move forward. There you go. You want to move forward. How uh, how to move on, how to move forward, right? The voice in your head, your ego, is noisy, agitating, and anxiety provoking. It leaves you feeling ungrounded, restless, and unsafe. It communicates in your head and won't be quiet. Your spirit, on the other hand, is calm, reassuring, and consistent. It expresses in your heart through calming, subtle vibrations, vibes instead of words. You feel this guidance deep inside your body. So get centered, grounded, and tune into your spirit instead of your ego for guidance on the immediate path ahead. Ignore both your ego and the ego input of those around you. Avoid distressing yourself by listening to the lower energy of the ego channel. Instead, take a breath. Put your hand on your heart and focus on your vibes. Your inner guidance will gracefully escort you through this challenging passage and onto higher ground if you allow it. Wow. I love that. Perfect card there. And then for your final card, we'll do the Angel Wisdom Oracle. Thank you again for all your multiple donations. Looks like you get 2. First one is Obstacles, which says, obstacles are now falling away easily. The angels remind you that you are a highly capable person, and there is nothing that you can't overcome and achieve when you set your mind to it. The obstacles you have faced are lessons which have taught you about your own strength and resilience. That really applies to both the relationships and the case studying, right? And then you have trust, which says, regardless of the outcome, I am taken care of. The angels ask you not to worry about the resolution of the current situation. Instead of trying to solve the problem with sheer force, trust you will get exactly what you need. Wow, I love that. Beautiful, beautiful messages. So that is it for you, Alice. Thank you again so much. Appreciate all the multiple donations there. All right. So that is it for the donations, everybody. So thank you for your patience in getting to these. So we'll start free readings here in a moment. Let's see, I have, like 19. That's not too many to do. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to shuffle these up. So we have the Ocean Tarot. We're still going to use that. We're going to pull one card for that for you. And so all of these are to represent all 19 readings, or any readings that we're going to do here. And these are putting them in order. Okay, they told me to do 3, 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, so those are all set. And then we're going to also pull from the Psychic Tarot Oracle. So you get one of those. One, and then I'm going to shuffle these 3 times as well. This is for all 19. We're just going to take from the top of the deck. I know. I love it when Spirit does this. Okay. And then we're also going to pull from the Psychic Tarot from the Heart Oracle. It's not Oracle, it's Tarot, but it's from the same group here. Oops. Okay. They want me to do this 3 times. And then this 3 times. Fun, fun, fun. And then if that weren't enough, you're also going to get one of those little angel wisdom cards. So little special treat today because of the, one more time here, beautiful full moon we have going on, full moon lunar eclipse in passes. All right, so we got those. And then, whoops, behave. All right, then also here, the angel wisdom oracle. We'll shuffle that once. And then 3 times like this. So thank you guys again for all your patience in getting to your readings. I'm excited to see what comes through here. One more time here. There we go. Whoop, one more time, I said. All right, thank you. All right. So we are set to go. Let me take a sip of tea. Cheers, and we'll begin our free readings here. All right. So Ashish, you are up. Grab your timestamp here. So Ashish Balkaran. So you're in the IT field and you applied for software jobs. Will you get one of them? All right. Let's see what we get here. 1, 2, 3, and your angel card. Let's see. Let's move these up so I have somewhere to dump the cards after I'm done each time. There we go. So you've got the 8 of Coral, 8 of Wands, which is very fast-moving, flowy energy here. You also got the Judgment card, which is the Truth card, which is a calling to something higher. It's like your higher self is drawing you to something more fulfilling of your heart. And you got the new vitality, which is the Ace of Wands energy coming in, which is about a new passion, a new beginning kind of energy coming in here. It's interesting here because you applied for software jobs, which I feel like if this is an area that you're being drawn to, then this would be a yes. If you're being drawn from your heart to this, if you're being drawn to your mind to this, I feel like even if you get it, you're not going to feel fulfilled, because I feel like your heart is drawing you to go into a different field all completely, or a different company, or maybe something different in IT as well that more matches like your joy and that you've been holding you back. But I do feel here with the judgment card, the truth card, that you're being drawn to something, and to honor that, to really sit still, see where you're being guided by your heart and your gut. Um, so um, if you're like, software is it, software makes my heart sing, well, good luck. There are special people out there. I used to work in IT for a while, managed IT. I wasn't in IT myself, but I managed people in IT. And the software developers, they were very, unique individuals. I loved them. They were hilarious, very different, um, but they had to love it to be able to sit and code and be away from the world. The hermit in me resonated with the hermit in them, and we got along really well. Your angel wisdom is manifest, which says, I have everything I need. The angels remind you that by filling your subconscious with thoughts and images of what you really want, and by speaking positively about these things, you will bring them into your real life and manifest your yes. Wow. So if this is really what you want, then you will. So I love that. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right, Ateshi Singh, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So Ateshi, you want to know, how will HL feel when he finds out you're in the same department and floor as him? All right, let's see what we got here. So you got the moon card. Ooh, okay. You got the three of, this is the three of wands, partnerships and alliances, huh? You got the Hierophant, the teacher. All right. Ooh, okay. Well, let's see what we got here. We definitely have the moon card. The moon card, of course, is ruled by Cancer. There's a lot of emotional energy that's here, that comes in. Yeah, the three of purple. I think the three of purple is three of wands. So this is an energy here of a change of direction that they thought they would take with new information. And the Hierophant is a card of change, seeing things, being drawn to see things from a different perspective. That comes in here. So I feel like it feels good emotion here. It doesn't feel like bad stuff. Your angel wisdom is actually love, little Cupid's arrow, which says, I give my heart ready to receive the heart of another. The angels are supporting your relationship and want to remind you of the importance of giving love and support to your partner. Spend time with your loved ones and balance your affection in a healthy way. So it's interesting here because it's like, I feel like they're impacted differently than they thought they would be. And I feel like there's still a spark in their heart, with you working on the same floor as them. But for your advice, it's like, just be love, give love in a healthy way. Don't expect things. Don't make it weird. That's funny. Don't make it weird. Just be love and be kind, and let the Cupid do their work. Let things unfold. But I definitely feel like, because you're only know how they would feel like there's a lot of emotion that they won't share, that are bubbles below the surface here. But I do feel like it impacts them in a way that is unexpected for them, which I feel like they might have thought they would feel weird and odd, but they're like, good to see you on the same floor and there, and they don't feel like they thought they would, if that ever happened, in a positive way. So I like that. So that's what's coming in there right now, Ateshi. So there you go. Have fun. Don't make it weird. All right. Brenda Globy, you are up. Brenda. Let's grab your timestamp here. You want to know AS and KTH's connection and the future. All right, let's take a look here. We've got Well, the Ace of Cups. Ooh, okay. We've got the Seven of Wands. We've got the Star card with Heal. Okay. Let's take a look here. Well, Ace of Cups, their energy here, their connection feels like new love energy with the Ace of Cups. So there is that energy of heightened happiness, heightened emotion, kind of energy. There is this Seven of Wands is stand your ground, which is about being true to your authentic self, not needing to defend your connection, not to defend ourselves. It's just allowing ourselves to flow. In the Star card, which they call Heal in this one, the Star card is Aquarius energy, which is all about being true to one's authentic self, and the old ways don't matter. We're breaking the chains of regular acceptable practices. We're going to be ourselves. We don't care. Being pioneers in things. So there is this energy here of unique togetherness that's weird, but it's a good weird. It just fits. It fits their weirdness. Is what I'm feeling with all this. Like you said, what's the future hold here? Well, the wisdom card is peace that comes in here. And it says, nothing can disrupt my peace. And I feel like we could say, nothing disrupts our peace. The angels remind you to make being peaceful a priority in your life. Practice peace every day in quiet thought, deep meditation, or in serene action. Use the power of peace to make your life a thing of rhythm and grace. I feel like this is the energy of their future is we're not going to let other things bother us. We're just going to go about our life and people can be a part of it or not. And it's all right in any case. I feel like that's their current energies and intentions that are going forward here. But it does feel like new love energy, and it feels like it's even a hope energy with the Star card, but it's shining bright. This is who we are. Here we are. Take it or leave it. I'm not going to defend it. I don't need your permission. I'm going to be it, kind of energy. So seems kind of bold and healthy in a way, right? Depends, of course. But that is what we have for you. So many blessings, Brenda. Good to see you. Right, Starfall, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp. I think I did that right. So, a general reading for this month. All right. So, you've got the Page of Spears coming up here. And you have the Three of Swords, Heartache and Loss. Don't give up. Don't wait. And you have the Seven of Wands in this one. Choose your battles. And then for your, we have letting go for your angel wisdom here. So, sorry, I'm falling off my chair here. The Page of Swords is an energy of heightened awareness, seeing things from a higher perspective with that Ace of Swords. The heartache and loss, the Three of Swords, is our expectations that equal disappointment. Also, this perception of heartbreak that is actually not, it's a misconception. And I know when Spirit told me that heartbreak isn't real, I was like, well, then tell me when number one, number two, number three, when I experienced all this feeling in my heart like it was breaking, what is it then? If that's not heartbreak, then what is it? Tell me, right? And they're like, that's fear. That's fear pricking your heart going into fight or flight. And I'm like, continue. And then they just explained, our heart, it's like when we get scared and startled, that feeling in our heart, that is what heartbreak feels like, except it's looping. As soon as you see that what scared you isn't dangerous, we calm down right away. But emotional monsters that scare us, it keeps looping because it doesn't resolve. The fear is still there about when they did that, that means this about me, or when they left me, that means I'm unlovable. I'm never going to find love again. I'm never going to find love again. I'm never going to find love again. I'm never going to find, it keeps looping. That's why. But then when we get distracted, we forget. Our heart stops aching until we remember, oh, that's right, I'm heartbroken. Then I start fearing it again, right? Um, or I go to sleep, it goes away. I wake up, I'm fine till I remember, that's right, I'm heartbroken, right? Or I'm distracted at work until I remember something triggers to remember it. Until we get down and we question that fear. What's at the root of the fear? That their actions mean something about me? That seems stupid. It's what are taught, but when we question it, it seems like that doesn't seem fair. Why is my worth in their hands? Shouldn't it my self-worth be in my hands, myself? Like you're right. And that's what we learn. And I feel like this is what's coming in here is you're learning that all these stories that I've been taught are teaching me about um, the lies that of these opinions that I took on as being my opinion when I don't want that. That's not what I want to believe. And that's where we have choose your battles. This is, I get to choose who I am. I'm standing up to all these voices in my head, all these, opinions of the outside world. I'm not going to dim my light. I'm not going to ask permission to shine. I'm not going to um, feel like I have to defend my beliefs or my worth. My worth is mine and no one else's to determine. They can determine their own, right? And I feel like this is a big month that comes in where you learn this and this freedom that comes with facing these beliefs that don't serve us anymore. They kind of protected us growing up because we went along to get along and we survived because we're alive right now. But we don't need those baby gates anymore that practically kill us when we trip over them going down the stairs that saved us as babies. Now they're obstacles. Now we can remove them so we can move smoothly up and down the stairs, right? Your letting go energy here says, I let go of what no longer serves me to make space for new beginnings. You need to let go to make room for new things in your life, or you must let go to give someone else the space they need to grow. Let go because holding on is too painful. The angels remind you letting go is not always easy, but it is always worth it. Wow. I love that. So I feel like that is what we kind of, at least one big thing that happens here for the month here. You'll have these obstacles coming up to show you, like you'll be tripping over the baby gate stairs until you realize we don't need these anymore. Give me a screwdriver. It's gone. And now I'm not tripping over these stairs anymore, getting my clothes caught on it, almost breaking my neck falling down the stairs, right? So, anyway, that's what they have for you, Starfall. So many blessings to you. All right. And then T, you are up. And I know you didn't ask a question, but you made a statement and you shared some stuff. And so, Spirit wanted just to give you a possible perspective. You said you thought that the high population rate in India and China is due to them not having a place to go after physically dying, that they are inherently mortal beings. Their eternal punishment is the never ending wheel of life in the physical material world. So, and like you said, that's what you thought. You go, I think this. And what Spirit was showing me when I asked them, I go, so what do you think about this? And Spirit was showing me, they showed me like science, right? Everything is made of energy in the physical world. We're also, everything is made of spiritual energy. But at the core, when you break down everything, it becomes energy. And then you dive deeper and deeper and deeper, and you magnify and magnify and magnify. Everything becomes particles. Everything at the core of it, there's this belief that everything is made of the God particle, right? Everything is made of the same energy when you get to that there. And we, so everything returns back to energy. There's not anything that gets stuck. Energy is always exists. It just takes different forms at different times. So the belief around punishment is a human construct and human concept. From a spiritual standpoint, the way we were talking about how we all come from from creator, and we all become formed, and we all um, as like a spiritual being, right? And then we have all these expressions that we have as little humans. We come down and we explore and do all these things. One little human expression is not our entire being of who we are. So we all rejoin, the our spiritual energy all rejoins back up into ourself. It doesn't remain in the physical world. So at least that's what they say. So something to consider, um, with that, um, just something to consider with all of that too. To really, do we really believe in punishment? Um, and because that's a human thing. We either believe the creator is a being of unconditional love or conditional love, right? If it's unconditional, then there's no conditions. Then there is no punishment. There just is an experience and growth, you know, and we come down to explore where punishment feels very conditional. Like you have to do these things, or this is what happens to you, and it's too bad. You're going to have this experience for eternity. Does that really resonate with creator? And that's totally up to you. Everyone gets to experience life however they want to, right? And so, um, no expectations that you'll take that and look at things differently. But that's what spirit just says. They say, consider this, and with no expectations around it, because they know we're on our adventures. Sometimes we want to have lifetimes where we experience it as, you know, um, life is torture, life is punishment, and it can be that way. And we can experience it, but that's our choice of experiencing it. We can also choose not to, right? All right. But that's what they have for you, T. So hopefully that is entertaining at the very least. All right. So, and we'll continue here in a second. Let me just see. My host was texting me. I just want to make sure everything's okay. Let me just tell them right now. Whoops. So sorry. Let me just tell her that I'm live. She didn't know I was live. All right. So, we'll continue here. So, Patricia, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So, happy Sunday fun day to you too. So, you want to know here, did Dan lie about Denise going to the band Friday night and meeting friends there in hopes that I would join him? Your Spidey sent something, so you declined the offer. All right, let's take a look here. What does Spirit have to say here? All right. All right. Well, we got the Hanged Man here, which is about seeing things from a different perspective. We have the Ace of Cups, which is, of course, love interest energy, right? Eight of Pentacles, dedicated effort, they call it here. And look, trying to create something. I think your Spidey sense was maybe on the uh, right in alignment there, because it does feel like with these cards here that they were, I don't think they lied. Let's see, that they lied. I feel like Denise was going to the band thing, but I feel like they told you in hopes that you would join them. I don't feel like they were making it up. I feel like that was the plan and they were supposed to, and they were telling you that because they did want it to, but there is this dedicated effort to begin something emotionally with you, and they were trying with the Hangman, trying a different approach. But I like that your angel wisdom card is boundaries, which says I am worthy and deserving of setting and maintaining boundaries that serve me. The angels want you to remember, if you keep prioritizing the needs of others and ignoring your own, then things might fall apart. For once, love yourself and do things that please you, no matter what others might say. I feel like that's such an affirmation for your choice, going, you know what? I honored my spidey sense and I said no. I declined the offer because you don't want something with them, right? Otherwise, you would be jumping at the chance to spend time with them no matter what, right? But you're like, no, I don't like this. So honor your boundaries. I love that, Patricia. All right, that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. All right, love is the most important force or powerful force in the. I keep saying important, but powerful force in the universe. This is your free reading. Thank you for your donations earlier. You want to know, will there be med bed announcement in November? Let's take a look here. So we got the Four of Wands. We got the Four of Authority, which is the Emperor. We've got the Nine of Swords, Darkest Fears, with Transform. So, the Four of Coral, the Four of Wands, is this stable energy and this joy. But I'm really feeling here, I feel like if there was anything scheduled, it's been delayed. The Emperor has spoken. But the fours here, I feel like this is more pushed off to April. And it feels like an energy of decisions that were made because of fears and stuff that's going on. I just feel like they're like, there's too much stuff happening for November. We need to wait until next year. So I feel like it's been delayed. I feel like that was delayed before. It's been delayed again for April projection. The transform energy we have of this angel says all things in life change and I adapt willingly and easily. The angels want you to know that you are now coming full circle. You're ready to move on to the next stage of your life. But that doesn't mean you have to forget the past completely. All of the experiences that I have led up to this point have equipped you with the tools to move forward. But I feel like this is the move forward energy is that the date has been moved forward. So that is confirmation of that, what we were just saying. So that's what they have. Boom, boom, boom. I do feel like it's kind of like political in a way that's doing this. Someone stepping in that's the lead over at the Emperor's decided, no, we need to push this back. It's not good timing. So that is what they have. Easy breezy, short and easy. All right. So many blessings to you. All right, Tamika Khan, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. You want to know so have your bee turned into light bee? If yes, how long will it last? If not, when will it turn? All right, I'm not sure what that means. So I'm sure Spirit does. You got the Lover's card here to start off with. You've got the Six of Wands, material and spiritual prosperity. This is victory and movement energy. We've got the Blossom energy, which this is the Judgment card, our higher self, drawing us to see things from a higher perspective. And your Angel Wisdom card is the Plan or Plan. We'll read and see what that says here in a moment. So there is this energy. I mean, it's a very flowing energy. Two sixes next to each other, the Lover's card and the Six of Wands. So has it turned into light? It feels like this is a yes energy because it's very positive, and even the Blossom 20 energy, this blossoming, this light, that's being right there. Definitely feels like it's bright and blossoming in a positive way here. The Six of Wands is a victory card that came out here too. But the power of emotional choice with the Lover's card is that's the whole thing. How long do things last? our life is a reflection of our energetic choices, right? The stories I'm choosing, the emotions with the Lover's card that I'm choosing, my energy I'm putting forward. Am I focused on gratitude or lack, need, want more, need more, afraid of it's going to go away? Then I draw in the lower vibration, right? So I feel like this is a yes, that it has changed here, but that it's very important here to be aware of our energy, be aware of our focus, and see things from a higher perspective, that every ending is a new beginning, and that if something ends, it is for us. Let's read this plan card, because it says following a long-term plan will help me achieve my life's purpose. To make the most of this moment of inspiration and angel guidance, plan your days so as to reach maximum efficiency. This is a powerful time for you, and you are capable of achieving a lot. Without a plan, you risk wasting precious time. So I feel like they're saying here it can last a very long time if you make conscious choices to do so. And so, things of higher vibration, keep things high vibration, unconditional love and joy and laughter and peace and play. And I said gratitude, right? Gratitude, huge energy. Or focus on fears and lack and need and loss. And then that sucks the life out of things. Expectations, it's focusing on the gratitude of what we do have and have had versus what we have and what I want more of. More is pushes it away. Gratitude for what we have opens the floodgates to allow more to come in. So hopefully that makes sense for your situation there. Um, but that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. Right, Eagle, you are up. Grab yours. It was 146.46, and you're like a general for next week. So you start off here with the death card, death and rebirth coming in. You also have the world card, the universe, which is significant endings and new beginnings. Well, and then from this one, you have the Two of Swords, refusing to see. Two of Swords energy, though, is like a chord, or not a chord, a card of that represents like the battle between the head and the heart, usually. But there's also they'll have the swords crossed, where you're at a crossroads and there's a choice to be made. You can't continue going forward. You've been on this path, now it's forking. You either have to go this way or this way. And I feel like it's a time of decisions next week, but you have to decide what's going to end and what's going to begin. Um, and really, it's even beyond that, because it's not even so much that you get to choose what's going to end. It's like what is currently happening is ending, and you get to choose what you're going to begin next. It's like, am I going to go do this or this? This is ending. There's no, I want something else to end. It's like, well, no, this is ending, but what are you choosing? So I like that, and then it's close our eyes and open our heart, because our mind we'll go this way. Our heart is going to say, we'll go this way. And you get to decide, this is existing, this is living. So you get to decide, follow your brain, you exist, follow your heart, you live. Yeah, and stay calm through it all here. You have this beautiful calm energy. Yeah, in the void of the new beginnings, so here comes the beginning. In the beginning was the expanse of darkness, and then they said, let there be light, and there was light, right? It says, I'm surrounded by the energy of calm, peace, and positivity. The angels remind you that calmness comes with the determination to live ever happily in the present moment, relinquishing the past and not worrying about the future, but placing our lives firmly in Creator's hands. That's following the heart, right? So I feel like this is what they have for you next week. It's just to realize the endings that are there, and in the choices to be made. Just keep that in mind. There's not a right or wrong. If we choose the existing with the brain, we'll just eventually come back to this point again, because the heart eventually will get its way. It slowly whittles away at the brain, right? So, we keep on coming back until we go off in the heart's direction. Then the mind joins the heart and follows it. Anyway, well, that's what they have for you next week, Eagle. Hopefully that helps a little bit. Right. Livier Vagara, you are up. We're at 149.59. So, what your guides want you to know for this week. All right. So, we start off here with the Three of Pearls, the Three of Cups. It's an energy of groups. It's joy, but it's gatherings and your tribe, finding your tribe kind of energy. You have the Nine of Swords, suffering in silence, that you don't need to suffer in silence, that you are very supported. The Three of Cups also represents your spiritual posse. So there are the fears that are bubbling up that have been coming up. And with this energy that we have going on right now with the eclipses, it is bubbling up and bringing a lot of stuff to our face so that we can be freed from it. So, fears of job, fears of family, fears of health, all that kind of stuff. If they bubble up, it's for us to be set free from it, but you don't have to suffer, well, we don't have to suffer anyway. Everyone experiences pain, but we don't have to suffer. We can experience pain or experience challenge. We don't have to suffer through it. We can laugh through it. We can find the joy in it if we want. Laugh instead of cry, right? And enjoy the energy that comes with it. But there is very much this supportive energy of the Three of Cups for you. And yeah, I even have, wow, Three of Swords, sadness and isolation, suffering in silence. Do you feel alone? Do you feel abandoned? Do you feel like you're having to do everything yourself? You don't have to. You've got a great host of beings of unconditional life, of love, and there's nothing too small, nothing too big to ask them for support and guidance and energy with, but helping you get to the root. Both of these cards, the Three and the Nine, the Three of Swords, the Nine of Swords, is an energy of expectations, right? Of the supposed to be, the should be. That's when we suffer, by the way, when we believe that things have to be a certain way, supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be, blah, blah, blah. And then the outside world doesn't match it. And then we feel scared and we're like, oh my God, what does that mean about me? Because that was supposed to be this. And if it doesn't happen, then what happens? And if I lose this, and if we fear we're going to lose everything and I'm going to be living out on the streets, what are people going to think of me? I'm going to die on the edge of the city alone, no one caring, and this isolation and suffering and silence, and I'm going to get eaten by wolves or whatever is near you. And it's like, is that really going to happen? We really look at our fears. Your angel wisdom is let go. Look at beautiful rainbow energy. I let go of things that I've outgrown. The angels suggest that you let go of any dead weight in your life, whether that's a toxic relationship, a job that's no longer fulfilling, or simply some negative thinking patterns. This will make space for positive new things to come into your life. I love that. So we're making space, letting go of thoughts and beliefs that don't serve us anymore, emotions that don't serve us anymore, energy that doesn't serve us anymore, and physical things really in the world too that don't serve us anymore, allowing ourselves the space to bring in the new. So hopefully that helps, Olivier. That's what they have for you, my dears. Many blessings to you. Right, Empress Carmen, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. You want to know, can you please tell me what is James' feelings and next actions towards you? All right, let's see what we got here. We do have the Queen of Cups, Queen of Pearls, they call it in this deck. You also have, the crown chakra energy coming in with the Six of Pentacles, this giving and receiving energy here. And then your angel wisdom is take a step. So it does feel here, you're wanting to know next actions, right? The Queen of Cups is a lot of emotion below the surface. She's like the high priestess. She has great access to the subconscious world, which is actually one of the pathways to the Akashic records, where we have access to our wisdom and our knowledge of our past lives and the emotions of our past lives. With the crown chakra coming in next to here, I feel like there is such a strong connection that you guys have that's subconscious. Like there's this natural draw to one another that I feel like you're more aware of than they are at this point, but they are subconsciously being drawn to you because of all these past life connections. And that with the crown chakra, which is the chakra that connects us to the heavens, right? That it's like let's say a faded, you know, relationship. It doesn't have to be romantic, of course, but it definitely is a faded relationship that you guys have had relationships in the past, and you definitely have a design here. You have this Six of Pentacles, this giving and receiving energy, which is about, it's this um, equalness versus codependency. Feel like you both might have experienced codependent relationships in the past where you're both over givers, and this relationship is to help you guys realize that you can come together equal and not come together as adults to turn into a parent or child relationship, but that you can have a relationship with two adults. I feel like they will be taking steps towards you here with the take a step, which says, and I feel like this is because we're going from their standpoint, right? I put action behind my goals every single day. And so Spirit's telling them, you need to let go of any doubts and fears and step out of your comfort zone. Your angels are supporting you and leading you in the right direction. So you should accept their help and enjoy this moment in your life. So I do feel like they have those fears and doubts about themselves and relationships in general, not you. And that's what's been holding them back from stepping forward. But I feel like they are getting up that courage to step forward here. Timing probably, it feels like more like right now we've got so much eclipse energy going on. I feel like more when we get into the new moon, which is in 2 weeks in Virgo, I feel like more you'll see things start changing more after that with a new beginning energy. Right now, we're in the shedding energy of the full moon for a couple weeks, things falling away, making space for new. So, really, that Virgo energy is more conducive to that coming up. Right. So, hopefully, that helps. Empress Carmen, that's what they have for you right now. Many blessings to you. Nelia Maderos, you are up. Thank you for your donations earlier today. For your free reading, you want to know, will Russ get his new home in town? Oh, in the town of T, Tulan, but before Christmas. All right, let's see what we got here. We got the Five of Treasure, the Five of Pentacles. All right. We'll see what else we got here. We've got the Five of Swords, conflict and defeat. Uh-oh. And then we have the Five of Pentacles, which which we had the Five of Pentacles in the beginning. Feeling alone, this is lack and feelings of abandonment, left behind, left out in the cold. I think that's a no. And let's see here. But we have self-worth as the guide from the angels, which says things happen when they are supposed to. In the angel's eyes, you are worthy of all the good that you can possibly imagine. You do not need to change to earn what you desire or what the universe wants to bring you. You are worthy of overcoming your challenges and improving your life in whatever way you wish. Wow, and that's the message for them. There's such a message here of conflict, all these fives, and then the Five of Pentacles, which does represent an energy of the fear of being abandoned, left behind, not having enough, not being enough. So this is an energy of like, no, they don't get it by Christmas based on current energies, but this is for them to face their worth. This doesn't mean anything about them, that it's okay that that doesn't happen by Christmas. It's okay that it's going to happen when it's supposed to, kind of energy. Wow. Right. All right, my dear. And that is what we have for you for that. So thank you very much again. Many blessings to you. All right. We have Carmel Damon. You are up. Grab your timestamp here. So why is DL think interviewing? What's his intention strategy? All right, let's take a look here. We've got here. So we have the tower. Okay, let me just see the other cards before we see what this is. We have the Six of Cups, memories of love. Okay, and we have the Eight of Wands, which is success and growth, but it's also fast, sudden energy that's coming in here. What does this have here? And we have gratitude energy for your wisdom card here. So I feel here, Carmel, the Tower card is a card of course, the big message is whatever is or whoever is moved out of our life is moved out for us, right? To create the space in our life for something that's more in alignment with who we are. And it clears the path so we can move forward in the direction that's more in alignment with where we want to be and what our energy is. It's also the lightning bolt, the suddenness, which the Eight of Wands has this. It's a sudden departure, a sudden ending. The Six of Cups, the memories of love. So memories is the past, not the present, right? I do feel here that there is this movement away, but it's for you because then it opens up the space for someone that is more in alignment with your energy. I do feel like there's this ending that's coming up here. Six of Cups can also be someone from the past returning, in their past returning. But, the gratitude, it says, I am grateful for many things in life that bring me joy and comfort. The angels want you to remember if you just pause and think for a moment, you might just recognize that you have so much to be thankful for, no matter how small these positive things might seem, or when we have what feels like destruction that comes in, that eventually we can have gratitude around this. And what I mean by that is, let's say you have this tower, this old tower on your property that you just have really attached to because it's been there forever or a long time, right? But it's leaks, the roof leaks, there's a gas leak, it's rats, the plumbing is shoddy. But it's your tower, and that's what my heart wants. My heart loves that tower. I can't help it, right? Gets struck by lightning, it's burning down. We're like, no, not my old condemned tower that you can't go in because it'll hurt you. I can't, we want it. But after it's rubble, and then the insurance man shows up and goes, well, okay, that was a fire. It's covered under your policy. We're going to clear all this away. And actually, there were four towers and this huge wall with a castle inside. All that had been destroyed over time. And this was the last piece. With that gone, now it qualifies to be replaced with a whole new castle with four towers and a big wall around it. All up to date, all brand new. And you're like, what? So there's this, when something gets removed out of our life, we think, well, it's happening. Oh, no. But if we knew it's going to be replaced with a new palace, we'd be like, bye, right? So that's the kind of gratitude going, I know that you are having what is in my best interest in mind, and that everything will unfold for me. And that's the message that comes in here. So that's what's coming in, Carmel. I know, but that's what they have. All right. So many blessings. All right, Jazz, you are up. So you're starting a new teaching job tomorrow. I love teachers. My heart goes out to you. Well, you would love to get messages from your spirit team. What do they want you to know? All right, let's take a look here. So you have the Chariot, victory and movement, and power of choice energy, Cancer moon energy coming in. Be aware of the eclipse energy. Students might be a little bit off. Just give them the grace with that. You also have patience. That's funny. That's temperance. So just be patient. I like that. So that's building on to what I just said. Have patience with everyone. Have patience with yourself too. Have patience with what people are going through, because This is a full moon lunar eclipse. We're in the middle of eclipse season, so there's all of this stuff bellowing up from, inside. So just know there's going to be a lot of emotion that's flowing with this full moon Pisces lunar eclipse, probably for 3 or 4 days for most people. Sensitive children, even more so, or not children, it cannot be children, people, sensitive people as well. Let's see what your other card is here. You do have, the Four of Pentacles. Open up. It's a solid foundation here. I like this. Your four walls of your classroom. Open up and let it be you. Let it reflect you, your personality. Make it feel like home. Make your classroom feel like home, because it is going to be your home for a while, right? So I like that for you. So good energies there. You also have hope. Oh, look at the little chidujubudubu, little cherub energy. Hope is a choice. I choose to be hopeful. The angels remind you that without hope, you can't build belief. Your actions are directionless. Your purpose feels like a pipe dream, and true meaning seems unattainable. That's without hope. Hope is about recognizing that good things are yet to come and about expecting them to come. Yeah, I like that. There was this great, let me read this meme. I think I can find it really fast. Well, semi fast here. But I loved it because, come on, there it goes. Just needed to get into that area. Saved. Where was it? Did I not save it? I thought I did. Oh, no, it's right here. If you're going to overthink, at least overthink all the ways it could work out in your favor, the best case scenario, and every version of your life that turns out better than expected. I like that. So instead of focusing on what it could, what's the worst case scenario, think about the best case scenarios, the best versions. We focus on that, we get more of that. So I like that kind of hope energy that comes in with all this too. But I like that. Just have patience. The Chariot is your power of choice. Whatever happens, it just is until you get to choose. I like Bashar. He's Daryl Inca. He channels Bashar. He's a extraterrestrial being in a higher vibrational community. And he says that, on Earth, life is meaningless. There is no meaning to things, they just are. And we were created to create meaning. So whatever happens just is until it goes in here. Then I choose the story of what something means. I choose the emotional soundtrack that gets attached to it. What do I want to feel? My energy is what draws things in that match it toward it, and my physical actions. Also, I get to choose what those are. Can't choose anyone else's. That's all their choices. So it's like releasing everyone to make their own choices, and you make your own choices. And there's power in that too. So I love that for you, Jazz. So good luck. I'm excited for you. Teachers, like I said, always had a special place in my heart. They were like my surrogate parents growing up, and I loved their energy. Probably because I was always a teacher's pet. I know, who would have thunk, but yeah, not always. A lot of times I was. All right. Anyway, that's what they have for you, Jazz. So many blessings to you. Right. Swaroop Bobby, you are up. So tomorrow you're going for an interview. Will you get selected? All right. Based on current energies, you have the Four of Spears, the Four of Swords. That's a peace of mind, restful energy. You have the Wheel of Fortune with the Destiny. This is looking good. And you have the Three of Wands, too. No, I'm sorry, Three of Pentacles, which is being true to your authentic self and like be you in the interview. Don't try to be something else, because I feel like they'll select you for who you are, not who you're trying to be. So be honest, be straightforward, with that. And but it feels very good. It feels with the the 10 of the Wheel of Fortune, that's all about abundance, that things unfold for you. But that Four Spears, the Four Swords, is peace of mind. It's like you'll put your mind at rest, which is a kind of a message of this is good for you. Three of Pentacles is a kind of coin in abundance too. So I like that. Your angel wisdom card is patience, which is it takes time for miracles to happen, and I'm okay with it. The angels remind you that in order to succeed, you must learn how to control your impatience and wait until the right outcome you deserve comes along. So I feel like you've been learning patience, and this is just knowing that whatever's meant for you will unfold perfectly, which, like the destiny card of the Wheel of Fortune, yeah, feels like this is what you've been waiting for. So I feel very positive about that for you. All right. So that's what they got for you, Swaroop. So congratulations. All right. And then Gaurav, you are up next here. Let's grab your timestamp. So what's coming in the relationship with Yoti? Is that how you pronounce that? Probably not. My apologies. Let's see what we got coming in here. Got the 10 of Spears, the 10 of Swords. You also have the 5 of Wands, obstacles and challenges. Yay! This it's not as bad as it looks. Yeah, Ace of Cups, love abounds. Oh, look at that beautiful card. And then we'll see what your angel card here is, Serenity. So we like that. We'll read that in a sec. So there is an opportunity that love can grow and love can abound from this, but there is this obstacle and this challenge here that it mentioned right beforehand with the 10 of Swords. 10 of Swords is I'm sick and tired of trying to live up to everyone's expectations, all those supposed to be, should be's, need to be's, have to be's, must be's, blah blah blah, that comes to relationships and stuff. And it's like an encouragement to go with the flow. Try not to have, that there has to be this, it has to be that. Who are they supposed to be? Who are they supposed to be in the relationship? How is the relationship supposed to form and go and build? And what is it supposed to bring to me? And who am I supposed to be in the relationship? Doesn't that sound exhausting? That's not what they want. They don't want a cage. They don't want to be trapped. They don't want to have all these expectations, have to do all this work just to get up to zero. They want as little expectations as possible, and then whatever they do is above and beyond in abundance. When there's this many expectations, we're like, what if I don't reach it? Then I did all this for nothing because I will get rejected. If there's little expectations, then people are more apt to give and give and give because we're showing appreciation and gratitude for what someone is giving instead of focusing on what they're not giving, which is what expectations do. Expectations suck the life out of relationships because we're looking at all that's supposed to be going on and we're focusing on what's not happening, not what is. Gratitude focuses on what I'm grateful for, and loving what is happening, I get more of that. I focus on my expectations of lack. This isn't happening. I get more of this isn't happening. And what does that do? That creates a barrier between us, right? And that's when it ends relationships so much. So I do feel like if we can release a lot of expectations that there are possibilities of love, Serenity says everything in and around me is in perfect harmony. That's like how you can come to that place. You are moving into a time of greater inner peace and tranquility. The angels reassure you that peace of mind is within you. You can feel serene even in the midst of great turmoil, right? So even when things aren't working out the way you think they're supposed to with those expectations, you can come back to this place, release them from your expectations, release yourself from your expectations, and then you can have this flow that comes in. You can have love, both self-love inside and outside as well. But it is reflective of your inner love. So it's all a mirror, right? Any relationship we have in the outside world is a reflection of our inner love. So the more I find my inner love and free myself from expectations, then the more I release other people from my expectations. and my ability to give and receive love from others expands, because I can't give more love than I have for myself, nor receive more love than I have for myself. So if I love myself this much, no matter how much love I want to push out, it's going drip, drip. No matter how much love they want to give me, drip, drip. So I expand this and open my self love, then the ability to give and receive love to others also expands. So boop, boop, good to know. All right, Gaurav, that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right. And then Mangala, you are up. Let's grab your timestamp here. So, will there be a positive change in your husband towards your relationship? You're both having misunderstanding and trust issues for a long time. All right, let's see. Based on current energies, what we got going on here. You do have the 10 of Cups. So, there is joy possible. It's overflowing joy. You have death and rebirth. All right, well, we'll see more what this means. Don't do anything yet. You also have take the lead, which is the 3 of Wands. All right. And then what does the angels say? We got anxiety. Yeah, let's read anxiety first. I inhale peace and exhale worry. The angels come to comfort you and to remind you that you're not alone and that assistance is accessible to you if you need it. Take it as a message that you need to make some time for yourself to unwind and concentrate on self care. Let go of what you cannot change. Interesting, right? So the death card, transformation, death, and rebirth card, and the 3 of Wands take a lead. The 3 of Wands is with new information. I could take a different route than I've been taking. Um, and I can have joy. So that's good. Them saying, let go of what you cannot change, that you can find joy in your life. You're not in a prison sentence. Um, I know in different cultures, like leaving someone is like the kiss of death, right? But there are steps you can take, but ultimately knowing I can always make a break for it and run and have a life full of joy if I want. But the whole thing is that um, misunderstandings and trust issues come from you know misunderstandings and trust issues of the outside with us in the outside world are a trust issue and misunderstanding within ourself with ourself, right? So, like, if I have a trust issue of I don't trust them, they're going to go do this and da 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 da. Especially if I focus on it with my energy, it's going to grow it, it's going to expand it, right? I'm going to get more of it. Whatever I focus on with my energy. If I focus on what I love about my husband and my relationship and myself and children and family and blah blah whatever, then I get more of that. If I focus on, what's not happening, what's wrong, I get more of all that, right? And where the root of it is fear, right? Mistrust is fear. Misunderstandings are because we're in fear, we don't hear clearly because we're in anxiety, we're in that fear mode. Our intelligent, loving, compassionate mind, when our little self, our inner child feels unsafe or out of control, it boots out our intelligent, loving, compassionate mind. So we do stupid, unloving, uncompassionate things. All of us do. It's human. It's part of our survival mechanism that kicks in. And that includes emotional monsters, not just real physical danger that our survival, fight, or flight is designed to keep us alive. But emotional monsters seek in, and our body doesn't know the difference between an imaginary emotional monster and a real monster, so it reacts all the same, and we freak out a lot, right? And sometimes we'll stay in a loop around emotional things. So there can be positive change, there can be a rebirth, but you have to take a lead. You can't expect they need to start changing, then I will. But I'm going to focus on what I can control. It's let go of what you cannot control. What you can't change them, you can't control them. Only thing you can control are your stories, your emotions, your energy, your actions. And for your benefit, it's like, I want to be free of this mistrust. My third relationship, I had huge trust issues. And uh my and my third relationship, they were like, if you don't get help around this, this isn't going to go anywhere further. We're going to go our separate ways. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I went to counseling and dealt with mistrust issues, and it freed me. I ended up breaking up with them later for other reasons. We were together 3 years, but uh, it was like, wow, learning to let go of those mistrust issues was for me. I did it for me, not for the sake of the marriage or the relationship or whatever, right? I'm going to go get a help for my trust issues. I'm going to go get help for my misunderstandings, because whatever is in here is being projected out here. As I work on my mistrust issues, you might see changes of in the outside world, like their mistrust issues may change because they're not mirroring back your mistrust issues to yourself, because we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So if I have mistrust, I'm going to see mistrust everywhere. If I'm at war inside of me, I'm going to see war everywhere. um, and there's a lot of clarity. So I feel like with this, it's like your transformation becomes your focus, not, what, I'm going to go take steps for me and focus on me. And I can't change anyone else. Come and sweep in front of your own door. I can only work on me, right? And then you can see change. Because as you change, then, your world changes. And if you're a caterpillar and you're going in through this transformation through the cocoon, if you come out a butterfly and they are still a caterpillar, you might go on a journey and find other butterflies and leave caterpillars behind. Or you get to live a life of a butterfly, looking at the caterpillar, remembering who you were, but you still get to have joy in your life. It's like going on a vacation with someone who's determined to have a horrible time. You can choose to have a horrible time with them, stay in the hotel room and not go do anything. Or you can go like, I'm going to go enjoy and live my life. I'm going to go to the beach and I'm going to go on the horseback ride and I'm going to go snorkel and I'm going to go to the luau, and I'll check back with you and see if you want any food. I'll bring you some back when I come back to change for the luau. But you can stay here and be miserable if you want, but I'm going to have joy in my life, right? So I like that for you. That's what they got for you, Mangala. Hopefully that helps a little bit, my dear. Hang in there. All right. And CJ, you are up. Let's grab your, whoops. Whoa. Let's try to grab your timestamp. There we go. So a general read for you. Let's see what we got going on here for you. You're starting off with the Queen of Treasure, Queen of Pentacles, Mother Nature, Mother Nurture, Harvest, nurturing yourself, getting out into nature kind of energy. You also have the Nine of Pentacles, Harvest. Both of these are about abundance coming in here for you, independence, fullness of life kind of energy. You also got the Death card, death and rebirth coming in here. But this, oh, I'm sorry, it's not. That is detach. I need to put on my glasses, I think, because card number 11 is the Justice card. It's the balancing of the scales. It's seeing things from a higher perspective, which from a place of unconditional love that also allows you to cut away some small T truths rooted in fear. Seeing things from a different perspective, a change of mindset is what brings in this feeling of abundance. Redefining abundance. I heard someone define abundance. Abundance means having everything you need in this moment to do what you want to do. It doesn't mean, it doesn't have to mean this amount in the bank, this kind of home, this kind of this kind of that. But do I have everything that I want? I have to do what I want in this moment? I do. I'm living in abundance, you know. So I like that. It's a change of mindset around what abundance and success means. You also have fairy wings for your uh, little angel wisdom card. My inner child is happy and carefree. Do you ever feel like a lost child wandering aimlessly through life? Do you feel you've forgotten how to be truly happy and carefree? The angels ask you to play, have fun, and let go of the adult seriousness you've been carrying around. Why are you being so serious, CJ? But it's we can get so serious because we have all these pressure of to achieve all these things because we feel these things are needed in order to be successful, right? But this is about coming back to, do I have what I need right here, right now? I do. We always do right in here. And in the physical world is what we worry about, right? But this is clarity that comes in for you. And I feel like you're returning to this importance of play because what did it say? All work and no play makes us a dull boy. Makes life feel like we're existing and not living. So remember to play. All right, so that's what they have for you, CJ. Many blessings to you. And then lastly but not leastly, we got Ankita coming in here with 225.55. So general guidance for you. Let's see what you got here. So we've got the 10 of treasure, which is the 10 of pentacles, fullness of life. Let's see what else we got here. You've got the Tower card with disruption. All right. You also have the 6 of cups, simply love. Oh, I like that. And then your angel wisdom card is money, money, money. We'll read this one first. I am tapped into the universal supply of money, or I'm feeling like the second house, which is worth. I am tapped into the universal supply of worth. The angels ask you to cut back on your spending and get the most of your money in line with things that are most important to you. Angel number 88888 is a message to learn to manage your money better, as it can help you become financially secure and provide a safety net for any unpredictable situation. It's interesting that that card focuses on money, but this number of 8, which is the strength card, is about finding your inner strength, connecting to your higher self like the strength card does. And uh, and so I feel like that is more focusing in on that your worth comes from in here, not out here. And that if you're looking for financial security or security in the outside world, it's going to fall short. It's going to be empty. But coming into your inward and upward, we find the pricelessness of who we are. And rather than with this other energy of relationships, the 10 of Pentacles is about abundance. The disruption or the tower is the removal of things out of our life to make space for something that's more in alignment with our path and to clear the pathway of obstacles so we can move forward, to find this 6 of cups, to find this equal love energy here. So I feel like there's a big message about relationships, trusting that you do have a relationship in the outside world that will, will bring you this sense of um, not completion, but a beautiful mirror of your inner worth. That as you find your self-worth, you're going to find someone that mirrors that back to you. And because it's an equal type of energy. So I feel like that, and that anyone or anything that's been moved out of the way is to make space for this that is more equal instead of out of balance, where you're over giving and they're taking and not giving a whole lot back. You deserve this equal. It's simply love, you know, uncomplicated love. It just is perfect for you. It's a great fit. And so I feel like that is here, but there's also this sense of it's all about worth when we define ourselves by things of the outside world and the instability of the outside world. Suddenly things do go away in the outside world. Relationships with people pass away, people walk away, people change, right? So relationships with humans are very fickle and ever changing and temporary. So if we define ourselves by those unstable relationships, we do feel unstable in our worth. Same thing with situations like jobs, education, that and things, our bodies, our bank accounts, our possessions. All those things deteriorate, blow up, burn down, change. All of it is unstable. So when we define ourselves, which we're taught in the beginning, define yourself by all that stuff, we're like, whoa, 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 right? We feel unstable. So uh, we eventually grow tired of that. And that's when we turn inward and upward to find the only source that is stable in this realm, which is the eternal, unconditional love of the higher realms. As we find that love inside of us, we don't feel this drive and this need and desperation to fill ourselves from the outside world. We fill up on the inside and overflow out to the world. The outside world, whatever they give, becomes above and beyond extra. We don't stop wanting it, we just stop needing it. And then uh, it just feels like abundance of the outside world instead of lack. So it transforms from lack to above and beyond extra and abundance. So I like that for you. Hopefully that helps with what you're needing right now. So many blessings to you. Thank you guys again so much for your patience in getting to your readings. I will post a pinned comment here in a sec, and I'll be back next Thursday. I'm on Thursday, Friday, Saturday nights from 6 to 9 p.m. Mountain Time, Saturday, Sunday mornings from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., and of course, come back on Sunday afternoon, evening to finish out the morning session on Sunday. If you're looking for a personal reading or a hedge of peace and love, all that information is down in the description box of the video. Until then, remember every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Mother and the Father of all things, our Creator. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you again, much love. You hang in there, take care of yourself. Remember, have some fun. Because why are we being so serious? It's a playground. Go play. All right. I love you guys. We'll see you soon.